Hey guys, let me go ahead and okay. I just want to make sure that was shared in the YouTubes. Give me 1 second here. Okay, perfect. All right, Cyanica. So this is what I was talking about. So we have unlocked tier 1 of these three projects. However, nothing is going on. Is that just because nothing was started yet, or was there a reason? Because if it just wasn't started yet, I can go ahead and get started and throw resources into it, is what I was saying. Or if there is a logic behind it, I don't want to screw up somebody's logic behind planning this. So that was my first question. Because this one, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go anywhere anytime soon. Okay. Should I start one, or do you want to go ahead and start it when you get off work tonight? Because I know you typically will start them and throw your resources into it. I'm saying I can go ahead and get it started if you want me to. And it's no big deal. I can check it in the morning if you want me to. I was just looking at that and I was like, those would be some good benefits to have right now. So I was just unsure about that. The renewable that was going last was on timer last night before I went to bed. Yeah. Start one of the renewable resource projects. Okay, so we can do, let's see, which one is infrastructure 1, automated ore collection, that's good. Fleet project logistics 1, colony invasion defense, plasma mortar tier 1, starship repair miner, ore mine, new construction project, that's engineering duty officers, elite fleet pistols. Morale Center 1, automated luxury, colony invasion defense restoration emitter. Let's see, new fleet provisioning bonus 1, fleet provisioning project bonus, tactical duty officers, elite fleet kit frames. The renewable so that's already tier 1, right? So are you saying we should only focus on renewable? So that one is the station science officer on the colony. Station science officer on the colony. The science officer will be able to provide additional duty officer assignments for fleet members. They upgraded the colony to 1 because they're all at tier 1. Colony stage, 1500 colony infrastructure experience points, holding tier, colony tier. But of course, it doesn't really say anything about. Well, I guess the 1500 colony infrastructure experience points is a good thing. I'm gonna let you handle it. going to let you handle it because I don't want to screw that up. Okay, so I want to get that out of the way. And then the next thing before I really get to the topic at hand is, holy smokes, duty officers. Oh my god. This is just to share my experience with my team and anyone else watching Star Trek Online. I spent yesterday and I spent today trying to figure out everything when it comes to raising your diplomacy, because a lot of it doesn't make a whole ton of sense. So I did go back to the Federation ambassador. He did lead me to the for I screw up on anything, I'm actually gonna go and get the actual name. Return to ship. I believe it's the Cella system. And there's a nebula in there that you have to go to. And once you go to it, then you have to go onto your bridge and talk with your ambassador. And it's going to drop a whole bunch of diplomacy missions. So it does seem like the position you are in, or wherever you are in the galaxy, matters. I did pick up a diplomacy mission when I was in Klingon territory that had to do with diplomacy between the Federation and the Klingon Empire. So it kind of backs up my theory that it really matters where you are in the galaxy when you're picking up those diplomacy duty officer missions. And the reason those are so important is they unlock more transwarp ports for you all over the galaxy, so it doesn't take you forever to travel. So let's go depart system. So I think I'm gonna take the night off from TFOs, considering we're gonna have to be running a lot of TFOs starting tomorrow. So I'm not going to do those too much, but I did want to point out the system. Celis in the Araucanis arm. I'll head over there now to see if there's anything else I can pick up. But this was probably the most effective. The other one is definitely going to Deep Space Nine and talking to the trader who's fixing the replicator, it looks like. He does offer a lot of missions. Most of those missions are going to be trader related, which is a relatively good place to find some platinum. Sidebar. So Shenanigans says rank 4 of diplomatic gives you the ability you can use on a team to boost their sector speed. Nice. Oh, here we are. Alright, so if you just go into the nebula and pull up... Where are you going? And pull up the duty officer missions, it's not going to give you the diplomacy missions. It's going to give you these missions for military and colonial XP. So what you need to do is actually visit your starship bridge. And don't mind my starship bridge. I don't like it at all. I think it was the stock bridge that came with this ship, and I gotta go in and change it because it's just not good. But I'm gonna show you where to go. So as long as you're in this nebula, then this is what you're gonna want to do once it decides to load up for me. So Psionic, I used a tier 6U token on my ship because I was just curious what it would do. I was hoping for an experimental weapon slot, and I did not get that. So you want to contact your duty officers, go to the Starfleet Diplomatic Envoy, and there might not be any there because I just did these today, but this is where I earlier picked up a whole bunch of diplomatic missions. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to transwarp over to Deep Space Nine and see if I can find some again. So I want to talk about comparing Star Trek gaming, and I'm not going to talk about old games, which we still play. I still play Birth of the Federation. I really want to find a way to play Star Trek Armada. I think that was such a classic and great game. And I guess we're going to go to Defera. I think that's going to be the closest Deep Space Nine. So I'm going to talk about Star Trek Online, I'm going to talk about Star Trek Legends, Star Trek Fleet Command, and Star Trek Timelines, because those are the 4 most current games that are still going in active production and that people are still playing. And really just want to talk about probably what is the best Star Trek gaming out there. Now, hands down, Star Trek Online is going to win. But I think it's a really unfair comparison to have with taking a console and PC game and trying to apply it to other mobile games. Because I think that console game in itself is just going to outweigh them. Because there's so much more that can be done on a console game than can be done on a mobile platform. So I would say if you are curious about playing a game, you know, Star Trek Online will always win out. But let's just talk about the mobile games. What is going to win out? Any list that I would compile looking at gaming would put Scopely at the very bottom. Their customer service is the worst. Their development is the worst. Their money greed is insane. They are the epitome of con artists, looters, and criminals. And I don't say that lately. You guys know I don't come onto this channel and say these weird, outlandish things. I always like to take everything with a grain of salt, and I always like to be positive. However, there's really no other way for me to see them other than as complete predators trying to take advantage of players and really diminish the brand of Star Trek. You know, I've been playing that game, it's probably for about 3 years, invested a good amount of time and a good amount of money. And I'm not saying that I'm quitting by any means, but I am saying I did recently put it down. And I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with the next arc. But I kind of already know what's going to happen. They're going to take advantage of the player base again and leave it at that. So that leaves me with Star Trek Timelines and Star Trek Legends. Now, I do want to say, I like Star Trek Legends a lot. Biggest downside, it's only on Apple. You have to pay for the monthly subscription of $4.99 and you get a free game. No big deal. What I've really noticed with it is it looks like it was made. Yeah, I agree, Cyanica. But with Star Trek Legends, I think the biggest problem they had is they made it for pay to play, and it seems like at the very at the point when they're getting ready for launch, they're like, oh no, this is going on Apple Arcade. Apple just bought this game. We have to pull all the paywalls. And so everyone is just speeding through the content. I mean, this is one benefit I will say about paywalls is it purposely slows that player progression. I'm not a typical player. I don't go and play a game and zoom through the content as fast as possible. I like to kind of take my time and enjoy it. Like, I haven't even finished all my missions in Star Trek Online, and I've played this game for over a year. And so I think that's the biggest one of the biggest problems they have. Of course, they have the bugs. You know, it's a new game; it's going to happen, but and it only really has away missions. You know, at a certain point in time, there's got to be a little bit more varied content, which I expect to happen over time, because then again, it is brand new. Then we have Star Trek Timelines. Star Trek Timelines, I think, is a great game by itself. Personally, it was excessive for me to have so many different people, so many different characters, and it would be just ridiculous iterations of these characters, and they made it a whole new character. That drove me crazy, because anytime a company takes monetization excessively, and I'm not saying Timelines did this, because they are a company, they were a mobile game developer, people are going to have to pay, but it was just so much. Simon Tarsus. Right, Seneca, Simon Tarsus. But it was just so much. They really didn't know where to end it. And I think that's really the problem with mobile game developers, is when it comes to mobile games, they're like, how can we make new content? Okay, let's make more of the same, more of the same, more of the same. That's not what gamers want. They want that varied content. And that's what brings me to Star Trek Online. I do feel like the content in itself is repeatable. Like the TFOs we do, it's pretty much we're doing the same thing. However, on some TFOs, they actually make you think. And if you have Admiral Jansen on your team, you have to tell him to read instructions. Because he doesn't necessarily read it, and he just wants to blow stuff up. But I think that's ultimately the problem with mobile games, is, you know, it was in Timelines. All they kept doing was creating more and more crew. Like, how many different Kiras do you need? Or how many different Rikers or Picards? And I fear that's what's going to happen in Legends, is they're going to be creating so many different versions of the same character. And I really hope that doesn't happen. Seneca says, the big problem is that they are trying to cash in on the franchise. They don't know enough, or rather care about the franchise to handle it. And I think that's a really good point. You know, as Trekkies or Trekkers, or however you want to identify yourself, we're very loyal to Trek. It doesn't matter if we're big fans of Discovery and Alex Kurtzman stuff, or we want the TOS, Deep Space Nine, TNG. At the core, we're all Trekkies, and we all love our Trek, and we will defend it passionately. And if game developers don't know, you know, on what ship did Tasha Yar die on, and if they say the Enterprise D, we're going to catch them, because they don't know Trek like we do. And so, or, you know, what is the Enterprise's hull made out of? You know, this is what Trekkies or Trekkers do, and really want to test, you know, those people. So I would say, you know, mobile gaming is what it is when it comes to Trek. I do see some things with Legends, especially with having Michael Dorn now do the voiceover for Worf. That is a really, really nice nod to Star Trek Online, because in Star Trek Online, one thing that makes it so great is they have all of the original actors do the voiceovers for their characters from the shows. For instance, Jerry Ryan does 7 of 9 in the game. Sonequa Martin Green does Michael Burnham. One interesting thing is that James Doohan's son voices Scotty and does a pretty good job at it. So Star Trek Online does this really great thing for fan service, and we really respond to that. So I would say, you know, at the end of the day, when it comes to Trek and gaming, it's okay to play a mobile game. I think mobile games are great. However, make sure where you invest your time and especially your money. Rene Auberjonois did his voiceover for Odo in Star Trek Online. Great point, and they captured that before his untimely death. Same thing with Aaron Eisenberg. Before he passed away, he did all the voiceover for Nog. And so that's another great thing about Star Trek Online, is even though that those people have passed away, I would say that they probably have enough on audio files to continue those characters. One thing Star Trek Online did is they did a memorial. The day Rene Auberjonois passed away, they did a memorial on Deep Space Nine. You can see it right on my screen in his office. And so that's that fan service that they're doing. They don't have to do that, but they want to do that because they want to support their gamers and they want to support Trek as a whole. And I think that's really lost in mobile gaming. And like I said, with Legends hiring Michael Dorn, that's flipping a new page for mobile developers. And I don't think Tilting Point, who the developer is of Star Trek Legends, is an evil corporation. Their spending isn't excessive. It's on par with most mobile game developers. Scopely in Star Trek Fleet Command is in the trailer park, basically. That's where they belong. They're just absolutely horrible what they do to their players. And that's kind of what I had been Is that where the memorial is? I actually didn't see it yet. So that's what I want to talk about when it comes to Star Trek gaming, is just be mindful of what you're investing your time and effort into. I'm always going to try to bring different Star Trek gaming to you. I brought you games that were developed by an individual person just because he loves Trek that much, to Scopely, to Tilting Point and their games with timelines and legends, and now to Cryptic, who does Star Trek Online. Oh, that's awesome. But, that's the only thing I want to say. Because I don't want your gaming experience to influence your love of Trek. And I see that happening. I see people saying, why would Star Trek ever allow this? This is wrong. Why would they do this to their fans? I can't believe this. They think Scopely and CBS are the same. And they're not. CBS, for all intents and purposes, they're probably not even well aware of what Scopely is doing to its fan base. And it's really up to the players to let CBS be aware of how they're feeling about their own licensed game. Because ultimately, Scopely has nothing without its CBS license for Trek. So I'm going to get off that soapbox. I've been on it for about 15 minutes or so. And get back in Trek. So one thing I did want to go over, because Psionica's here. Holy smoke, did this change a lot. So I want to talk about my ship build. My ship build is getting better. Holy smokes. It took so much to figure out. So I had all these Mark 12 weapons on my ship. And yes, Psionica, I know I have one last disruptor on there, because the rest are phasers and torpedoes. So one thing Psionica did mention to me is to work on the sets. This one is available at the Drozana station from the Lobi store. You actually have to spend Lobi, and which can be really expensive to get. But I got the Enterprising Ingenuity. So my set of 3 is Careful Tuning. It does the Enhanced Special Firing Mode. 100% recharge speed for Careless Overload, which is the console you actually have to activate and use. Remove expiration penalty from Careless Overload. And you can see Careless Overload above that. And then I got the Quantum Phase Catalysts. And don't do what I did. You can only use one phaser beam, one torpedo, and that console. You can't get multiples of these. And that one, so the set 3 for the Quantum is the Quantum Destabilizing Beam. That's another console that you will actually use. Phaser damage and steel power, 135 degree arc, 1700 phaser damage per second for 10 seconds. So those are the 2 sets I'm running right now, and I'm working on collecting the... That's not the one I'm looking at. Lorca's Ambition. So this is coming from the Discovery Reputation store. And I really want the set 3 because it says, fires torpedoes against damaged enemies. Automatically launch 1 dark matter quantum torpedo at enemies below 50% health. Max 1 torpedo per second. No more than 1 torpedo per enemy. Which is pretty solid. It's a 360 degree arc, and so you're going to be firing at any enemies, just 1 torpedo, below 50% health, and so you definitely want to be in range of a lot damaged attackers. So I got the phaser wide angle dual heavy beams. I was lucky that this had a 135 degree arc because I didn't know what I was going to do with the spatial torpedoes. They actually have a 180 degree arc and the 90 degree arc wide arc phaser cannons, and then I also have the quantum phase beam array. And then in back I have an omnidirectional phaser beam array that has a 360 degree arc. I have a dark matter quantum torpedo, which is part of the Lorca set. And I also have the quantum phase torpedo, part of the quantum set. And I have this rando withering beam array. I've been collecting a lot of these withering weapons, and I might do a setup with them. I'm not sure how good it'll be because they're just going to be Mark 12. I'm not going to bring them up to Mark 15. And too many torpedoes. Well, let me get rid of this withering beam array because I got to get a phaser in there, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I don't like this cannon, but I gotta have it. There's only 3 torpedoes on 8 slots, Seneca. It's not a ton. Yeah, I mean, I'll use the destabilizing beam if the target is like right in front of me and I'm just hitting it with everything I have. It's just another console to hit. That is the one thing I'm learning right now, is to fire consoles that won't go on auto. So I got to get rid of this. And let's see. I just equip these turrets because I have so many of them. And the 2-minute cooldown, yeah. I have the Herc Defense Force that shows up, Delta Alliance reinforcements. Those are okay. They're not make or break anything. None of these devices are. I barely launch my Scorpion fighters. I have to work on the shield deflector, impulse, and warp because it's pretty sad. That's true. I have this automated defense turret that follows me. I did notice that when plasma torpedoes were coming at me, this turret destroyed them really fast. So this is part of my quantum phase set I have to have. Let's see. This one is random. Let's see. It's doing 11% torpedo weapon damage. I could probably swap that out for something better. I'm kind of curious if I should keep this set the way it is, because I do have 3 out of 4. Broadside mirror arrays. This is from the Kelvin Intel Dreadnought, which is the USS Vengeance. Not a big fan of this console. It's okay. I put it in there because Let's see what else I have. The Entangled Quantum Bombardment, 15% phaser directed energy weapon damage. Then I have Ion Storm, which is an AoE. I don't know. I think it's just the visual of it, like, is just, it's okay. The Photonic Displacer. So I believe this one is basically like a cloak. No. It does give you stealth for 1.3 seconds. The Subspace Jumper. That one's weird. That one's really weird. And then the Transwarp Computer. So that's what I'm using on Tactical. And let's see, I have the Shield Destabilizer. This one I like to increase the hull. Let's see. Opening Salvo. That one I actually like a lot. That one I would highly recommend. Because it... Let's see here. Is that the one I'm thinking of? I think it is. Yeah, it is. That one's a nice one. The spatial charges I like. The enhanced induction coils. Definitely recommend the dynamic power redistributor module. That is really nice if you have a bulky ship and can keep yourself above 80% hull. And then, of course, the Swarmer Matrix. I am a huge advocate of having a Swarmer Matrix on any ship because I do love my Swarm protecting me whenever I do get hit. And let's take a look at... let's see. Oh, Psionica. I'm glad you're here. This is a hot mess. This right here, this is all super hot mess. I have no idea what the hell to do with this. I keep getting specialization points and I'm purposely not spending them because I feel like this needs a major overhaul. I kind of just threw points where they sounded best. Oh yeah, let's see. Resilient power cells 2. That sucks. Good thing I stopped spending the points. Headshot 2. All of these made sense, so I'm not absolutely horribly upset with it. I did use this because of my main temporal specialization guy, and I have another temporal specialization to use as well. So I'm actually leaving those 18 points in and trying to figure out what I want to do with those. So these are the traits that I have slotted. And so the tier 6 upgrade activated that. And I was like, okay. I didn't really have a better trait to go in there, so I just put regeneration cycle. And it was pretty simple. Wait. Yeah, these can actually get retrained. I just went down the list and just did whatevsies. I'm thinking, so do you just focus on your skill? Is that what you do? The job max abilities are crazy good. I don't know what that means. So we'll have a private conversation about this because yeah, I agree. They are not good at all. All right, and then the stations we have set up, I'm feeling pretty good. Like tactical team, high yield torpedoes, beams overload. I use a lot. I like that. Celeste deploy shuttle wings, engineering team, reverse polarity. My hazard emitters are definitely not cutting it lately. I almost want to put the doctor there for both of his hazard emitters. Oh shoot, I don't think I have anything to defend against tractor beams. Yeah, because I think I was using the doctor, his polarized hull. Jam targeting sensors, hazard emitters are good. Tractor beam 3 versus the doctor. Let's see what 0718 has. Tractor beam, charged particle bearers, Titan's Rift. I'll have to go through these again, but I actually reworked a lot of these, so there were some skills I wanted to teach Jordy, but the kits are only available from Ryza. Okay, so let's check in here. Let's see if there's any duty officer missions here. Scramble sensors. Boothby's addicted. So yeah, I think I'll definitely Psionica. I'll definitely play around with my science people. That definitely needs some work. And as you mentioned, those captain skills are a hot mess. But you know, it's all coming together eventually. No. Oh man. Failure? Ugh. Man, that sucks. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is leave ship's interior, and I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna go and try check out Cardassia, see if there's anything over there. I'm determined to figure out this diplomacy stuff. Boothby, what's the name of the console that Kinky sent you? Because I want to look for it in the exchange. You got to keep up with the Kardashians. I did a whole lot of stuff on Bajer last night. That was completely random. Yeah, that one. That's not what I want. No. Let me know tomorrow when you log on, because I want to look for it in the exchange. I did try going up to the Badlands looking for missions. There wasn't any there. These icons all have duty officer missions, but I found that it's better. Actually, let me try something, because I don't think I tried this before. I'm going to try to go to this nebula, not pick up the missions, but go speak to the Federation ambassador and see if there's anything there. So, Psionic, I had a question for you. Wonder if I can see him from here. No. There's a Breen patrol that goes all through the Breen sector, but they don't do anything. They literally don't do anything, and you can't engage with them whatsoever. And there's a Teferi patrol. Well, he's about as useful as ever. So if you go into these, you notice that they're all like colony BS. And well, looky here what we got. We got some diplomatic missions to do. I don't care. I just want to do any diplomatic missions I can get my hands on. And then let's try to go talk to the ambassador and see if we can find any other ones. Are you kidding me? I was so excited I got to tier 2 in diplomacy today. It's been so long. See, colony and trade, that doesn't bother me because there's so many missions to do at Deep Space Nine. These ones just seem like they're so freaking hard to come by. And there we go. We have more diplomatic missions when we talk to someone in the duty officer nebulas. And I can't do that one, shoot, because I don't have enough people back. Anybody coming back anytime soon? It does not look like it. 15 minutes. Duty. Yeah, I agree, Psionica, because a lot of these, I mean, if you look at this one, for diplomacy, 199 ain't bad because I saw it down to like 50 or so. But yeah, I usually, what I try to do is go through here. Okay, that one's 1.3k, that's decent. 1.3, I'll do those. I'm not doing it for 64. Like, that is just stupid. 500 I'll do. 1.34k, definitely. And then I'll look at the rewards. Anything that's got free duty officers, definitely. I don't need bridge officers, so I don't really focus on that. And what is that? Something new. Photon detonation assembly. No, I don't need that. That's a really weak console. So I'll look at those things. I don't really look at skill points, energy credits, maybe dilithium. Oh, jeez. Okay, so now let's go to the colony and surf. I think that'll be fun. So, Sonica, just so you know, Boothby and Lexi both have their surfboard, and Mens Ray is too proud to accept a surfboard from me, so he's gonna try to go it the hard way. Well, at least you're not Riker and putting eggplants in the chat like every 5 seconds. He is. He's very. You know, that's the thing. It's like, I like to help people out. I like to, like, if people are free to play, and that's kind of like their own thing. Ooh, there's an abandoned ship. You know, and there's things in here that you have to buy. And for me, I mean, buying a surfboard for someone is what? I think it's like 4 lobi. And lobi is only like really pay to play. I don't mind doing that. It doesn't bother me at all. Especially if people get joy out of it and actually use it. Like that, none of that kind of stuff bothers me. Yeah. And eventually, Boothby's going to have all the same type of energy on his ship. Boothby, how many cannons do you have left on your ship? 3,500. Aren't you adorable? That's good. I had been putting all 8K of dilithium into the fleet until I actually had to buy a weapon from the reputation store with dilithium. It's good. It's good to help out, but like dilithium is one of those things that you can't even buy refined dilithium. Your ship is perfectly fine. I don't know what you are talking about, because if you get a fast ship, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, it blows up all the time." I haven't seen it at all. I can't figure out for the life of me, Seneca. I can't figure out the lithium exchange. I thought I put like some sort of bit in there, and then I can't pull it out, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I can't figure it out at all. What's going? Where's my board? What is this? Come on, Star Trek Online. Oh, jeez. I don't know what is going on with this game today. I can't get any of them in one go. Ah! $75. Let's see. Oh, it's bugging out again. I'll have to donate them after the live stream. Yeah, you just have to reset the game. God, that throws me off. $50. This is going to take me forever, I think. That was a pretty bad one, though. $175. Ooh, it beat 1,000. Oofta. Yeah. Yeah, that's what throws me off. I actually like the function that's built in a lot better than when I stream from my phone. Because the chat disappears, this one just stays solid on the screen. I can almost get that one. Nice.
Need something?
Oh, and Psionica, I finished the event today. Last possible minute. So I got my awesome Martian mining laser. Okay. Diplomacy. Now it's gone. Alright, see you later, Boothby. I'm gonna go back to that nebula for that diplomatic mission I'm missing. Did they pull the 7 event? That's weird. Ah, nice. Now, how many ships? I got so many ships in maintenance. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It looks like it's gone. That was a good one. I like that one. I know, right? All right, let's see. Oh. It was so much fun to do it as a group. It was so super simple. I did it with Boothby, and he's like, "That's the easiest time I ever had in that TFO." Because I would purposely tell him not to activate the triggers for the next Borg to come out, and I would lay down the crystals and just let him kill him. Apparently, there's something coming out tomorrow for the Targa Grethor. It sounds like a companion pet. I'm pretty excited to see what it is. That's so weird that you have to go in here and they're not saved. Alright, so let's just do a TFO quick. Yeah, the nano pulse targ. I was reading very briefly about it. And I love my combat pets. I guess we can do a random. Difficult. Join random. Must have missed it. Look, I can't even sit in my chair. Stupid bridge. The view screen looks like cardboard. This bridge sucks. Although I do love this, like, this reminded me of Enterprise. This whole layout right here, back here. I like that, but the rest of the bridge I don't like. I have. I think I'm caught up on them. Yeah. Yeah, they're all done. Haven't finished Jalula's Enterprise. I'm taking my sweet time with it. I actually just finished the Klingon Civil War stuff. Or at least caught up on it. Wow. No one's in the rando? I mean, I thought it was excessive. I thought it was... I mean, that's the one reason I don't like doing the Klingon campaign, is half of it is you're in hell. Like, for the whole thing. I do love that special person that they put in there, and I love that that actor came back and voice that person, but yeah, I can't get past this view screen though. It does look like cardboard. Yeah. Yeah, it was really well done. Make sure I'm still queued up. Wow. No one's running? Maybe they're just... That seems weird. Am I in trouble? I feel like I'm in trouble. Well, maybe I won't be doing a TFO. I wonder if anyone's online. Let's see. Maybe everyone's in teams. Oh, I think him and Men's Ray. I think Kenny and Men's Ray are running TFOs. Oh, he's in One Night in Bozeman. That's weird. Yeah, colonial and exploration. Where are you going? Jeez. Well, finally got into a TFO. That's weird. Of course. mean, of course. It's always Borg. It's like the only villain that exists in Star Trek is Borg. What the heck kind of ship is that? It's huge.
Resistance is futile.
Resistance is inevitable. Wow. Oops, out of range. Watch it.
A massive energy buildup!
We are the Borg.
They're I'm preparing to fire lance weapon! All draw their fire! Get under their guns!
Resistance is futile.
Accept the gift of assimilation.
She's so creepy.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Jeez. You can't see.
This is not the end. I admire your strength, your will. With us, you could be so much more.
Oh. I was trying to scavenge for loot, but it was all gone. Alright, so I think that's about it for the video, because we're already like an hour and a half in. But no, it was good. It was a good night of gaming and trying to figure out some additional stuff and communicating with my fleet. Sounds like we have a new fleet player coming over from Star Trek Fleet Command, so I'm excited about that. But thank you guys everyone for watching tonight. Take care, and I will talk to everyone later.